Hey, what's up everybody? This is Cortez and I'm ready to give you a super special awesome gameplay. I'm dead. I'm already dead. Oh, the shame. I'm just gonna go hide in the corner. But anyway, it's time to get this AMA done. So, I didn't really get too many questions, but I wasn't really expecting that because one, I'm just such a small channel with like such a small active sub base, and I actually had to go and ask you to some of you to leave questions and stuff. So I wonder if I can even fill in an 8-minute video, but I just picked this video for length. We do end up losing, but I carry the team as much as I possibly can in COD 4. I mean, kill streaks aren't really going to help you cap flags that well, so maybe I should have capped more flags myself. I don't know. That just wasn't in my nature. Plus, this was a lobby full of like quick scopers and stuff, so I was more trolling them, or at least trying to troll them. But let's get started with this. So, first off, Stabby. How old are you? I am 19 years old. My birthday was a month ago, like 5 weeks ago. What is your major? I am biology major with a track for pre-med. And what school am I attending? Stony Brook University in Stony Brook on Long Island, maybe 20 minutes from my house, so it's nice and local. Woo, yeah, locality. What video game got you into gaming? That is a tie between Quake 2 and Half-Life. Those two games, when they came out, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, were probably the greatest thing that I had to live for at the time. I mean, when you're 4 years old, you're kind of like stupid and you don't really have anything important going on in your life. So when my dad bought those two shooters for himself, but he was cool enough to let me play them, that sparked the entire interest. Quake 2, probably more. I played that way more than Half-Life just because I think it was simpler. Half-Life had the whole like puzzle solving and the story was kind of long, but Quake 2 is just action, 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 maybe a little problem solving, action, action, action. And it remains my favorite game to this day. I mean, I don't think anything will ever top it. I've downloaded it through torrents maybe 4 or 5 different times, and now I bought it on Steam, so it's never gonna go away. It's never gonna escape my grasp. Simply the best game I've ever played. Just its simplicity. The biggest thing about it was its soundtrack. Sonic Mayhem, who wrote the soundtrack for Quake 2, I have said this many times, and I will keep saying it till the day I die. Sonic Mayhem's industrial metal track on that CD got me into heavy metal. That's the only reason really I like it. That was the start of it. I mean, kids at that age might start getting to influence, like at the time it was like the Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, and NSYNC. Those were the big ones, but I was sitting there listening to these awesome tracks while killing aliens and stuff. So that set me up for the rest of my life musically. What else do we have? So what's the best, worst game you've played, and why? Well, the best I've said is Quake 2. The worst, and this is going to sound really funny at first, the worst game I've ever played is probably Call of Duty. Not in the way you think. The worst game I've probably ever played is Call of Duty Finest Hour. Came out maybe 10 years ago. I had it on the GameCube. It is easily one of the worst games I've ever played because it was just incredibly boring. The health system, you had a bar of health and one shot took you down to like half health. The health packs were really scarce. It was just really the brightness was terrible. The screen was just really dark. You could even put it up all the way and it was still really dark. And it just was not a fun game to play. I remember there was one part where you had to defend a train station in Russia from the Germans, and that must have gone on for like 15 minutes, just sitting there defending, sniping German after. I must have killed like 200 or 300 Germans and blown up like 5 tanks. and they're like, "You're still not done yet." So that game just sucked in general. I never want to play that game again. Okay, who else? Wiggy. What did it feel like to watch the Cowboys beat the Giants on Wednesday night? It was a punch in the gut. It really was. I have a hernia. I had to go and get treated for a fucking hernia. So thanks, Tony Homo. No, but in all seriousness, it was almost humbling. I mean, Jerry Jones has such a loud mouth for an old fart, and he's like, "We're gonna beat the Giants, and no one's gonna stop us. And I spent so much money on this fucking football team that if we don't win the Super Bowl, I'm just gonna fire everyone. And it starts with the Giants. Let's beat those motherfucking Giants." And you know what? You finally did beat the Giants. So I guess I extend like a congratulations to you. But do remember that we were home, and we are the Road Warriors. So when we go down to Cowboys Stadium later this year, we're probably gonna pack your shit in so much that Jerry Jones is gonna need a respirator. Think about that. Super Bowl. Anyway, moving on. Wiggy, you also say, "Are you really looking forward to Black Ops 2? What is the most anticipated part of the game for you?" Yes, I am looking forward to Black Ops 2. I really think that it's going to be a great game because Treyarch has just been a great company year in and year out. I mean, I actually owned Call of Duty 3 on the Wii, and even though they made that in like 8 months, I think Hutch said, it turned out to be really fun. I mean, it's the Wii, so you're actually shooting and stuff and wrestling people half the time. But it was still a fun game. World at War was an amazing game. Black Ops was an amazing game. I am not expecting Black Ops 2 to be a letdown. And what is the most anticipated part of the game? Probably the Pick 10 system. Just putting Create a Class up to a whole new level. Now I can finally do things like I can have 3 attachments on my gun. I can have 6 perks. If that's their substitution for Specialist, hell yeah, I'm taking that. Just a primary with maybe 1 attachment and then 6 perks. You're gonna see me doing that, or something like that. Do I think the COD franchise is dying? Yes. There are so many shooters nowadays that Call of Duty hasn't really kept up on that I think they're ready to outpace Call of Duty. I mean, a couple years ago you would say, when COD 4 was out, you'd say Call of Duty was at the top of its game. And ever since Modern Warfare 2, it's just been a downhill slope of acceptance. I'm not saying quality, because like I said, Black Ops is great. But the community, even though the sales are going up and up and up, I think the general happiness of the community is tanking. So I can see Battlefield 4 is probably going to be the next big game out there when Modern Warfare 4 comes out. Everybody's going to be playing that. And finally, Virgo, as I'm wrapping up here. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? I would choose the power of flight, because gas prices are going to be wicked expensive in the future, and I'd rather not have to pay for those. Plus, you just look like a fucking badass. It's Batman, Spider-Man, or Superman. I would choose Spider-Man, because Tobey Maguire is a beast. My favorite ice cream flavor is black raspberry. Favorite holiday is Halloween. And rain or sunshine, I would honestly choose the rain, because I hate when it's sunny out. I really do. That's always been like that. That's the end of the video. Like I said, we lost, but tried to put the team on my back. Thanks for watching, and I want to do another one of these sometime, so drop a like, drop a comment, drop more questions, and stay frosty, everybody. Peace.